T.B.Photo X1.5 TFX, and welcome back to another video. Well, this is going to be a short little update video. I was thinking about doing some more outdoor photography during this summer stay in Uppsala, but unfortunately this summer has not been that really, it hasn't been a really great summer weather-wise. I mean, it has been some few days where the weather has been good, but unfortunately that has been when I have been at work or when I've been, free for it. Yeah, it's basically been overcast or it has been raining cats and dogs. So unfortunately, but the summer is not over yet, so I think we're still in if we have a lucky strike. Well, otherwise, I have a little bit of a photography gear haul I would like to show you. I mean, I went home and I found this at Erikshjälpen, a second-hand store, 95 Swedish kroner. And I have a little cheat sheet down here where it says that it equates to 95 Swedish kroner. It's about not even 9 euros and 37 euro cents. It's about 11 US dollars or about 8 British pounds. So what is in this bag? Well, I got a complete system camera with all the trimmings for 95 Swedish. What type of camera is it? Is it something good? Is it something cool? Is it some kind of... No, it's a very basic little camera. It's a Konica FC1. And this is kind of a very basic little SLR camera setup. But for 95 Swedish, I mean, I would put this towards Travis Mortz at Forest Hill Film Labs. I mean, he did a calculation about starting off in film photography. Well, we'll just have a look at what I got in this little bag. So the camera itself, it's a 35mm, so it's a full frame camera, duh. First on it has a 40mm f1.8. So that's kind of cool. And also this was one of Konica's first ever, complete electronic shutter cameras. That means that when I think a reason why this was marketed so cheap was because the people at the second-hand store they probably thought this camera was broken because it needs battery. This camera won't operate without batteries because it's an electronic shutter. So the shutter release button is basically, it's electronic. And yeah, what do you have? It's a very basic thing, you have a self-timer, this little button up here. You have the slowest speed is basically 2 seconds. Then you have bulb mode, so 2 seconds, 1 second, half, fourth, eighth, 15th, 30th, all the way to the max, 1/1000th of a second. So it's not really that fast, The shutter speed for flash sync is 1/60th of a second. But I mean, most cameras that I like to use, and they're on a semi-automatic setting, I basically use aperture priority. That you set the aperture, the camera sets the shutter speed. This camera, on the other hand, is a shutter priority camera natively, which means you put the lens on the AE, auto exposure setting, and you put in a shutter speed that you want to use, and the lens will basically stop down to a f-stop that will correspond with your shutter speed and ISO to a correctly exposed image. I'm not really much for aperture. I like aperture priority. I'm not really big into shutter priority. But anyway, you still can use it in full manual. So if you want a camera that is basically extremely inexpensive to start in film photography, the Konica FC1, because in this bag I got the camera with the 40mm f1.8. Let's see what else was in here. KFT Auto Tele Plus 3 times. It basically means that this is a 3 times teleconverter. So I got that as well with this camera. And then you have a little bit of a farmer's know-how, a filter, a Toshiba filter case or filter holder. That is basically the front lens protecting on this. This is actually a Konica Teleauto f3.5 200mm lens with a built-in lens hood. I mean, you can put it up to EE, which is auto exposure on this type, but you know, a 200mm f3.5, decent. It's a little bit long, maybe to be used comfortably as a portrait lens, but hey, the entire thing was 95 Swedish, so I'm not complaining. And actually, just take this out, and in it was also a you know, a motor winder. So if I just take the camera and this, and let's see. Let's see here. So now basically I have a Konica with a motor grip on it. Unfortunately, you don't have any type of, you know, horizontal, you know, vertical exposure, you know, shutter, but it's a cheap camera, and I got it for basically nothing, and everything seems to be working. So if you guys out there who's thinking about going into film photography, I mean, take a look at your flea markets. Sometimes they sell things that they don't know what it is. So I got this entire thing, you know, all of this plus a decent carry case for under 100 Swedish. So I think I did pretty good actually. So I would like to hear from you now, viewers. Have you ever found something on a thrift store or second-hand shop or whatever that you know, just got because what the heck, it was no big investment, but still it seems to be something that still works? So put a link in the description below and let me know. But anyway, this is Tobias Bergström from T.B.Photo X1.5 to FX, and I would like to see you guys in the next video. And as always, as you're supposed to say in this YouTube malarkey, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care from now on. Bye.